Alright, I'm back. I took a couple weeks off. I'll explain why in tomorrow's video, so stick around for that if you want to see why. But today, we're talking about Shen. Is Shen getting a buff? What happened? Where did the buff go? He was in the patch notes to get a buff, and now he's not getting it. So, what's the deal, Trav? What happened to Shen? So, let's go back to the beginning. On January 7th, Riot Maple tweeted that Shen was going to get a buff. They didn't say what, they just said, hey, we're looking to buff Shen in patch 9.2. Obviously that didn't happen. So if we go to 9.2, they said Mundo and Shen are both going to be beneficiaries of the buff to Sunfire Cape. In 9.2, it's a fairly small buff, very small buff, but enough that we don't want to double down on champion and systemic change unnecessarily. So they buffed Sunfire. They didn't change the stats of it, they just changed the cost of it. It's 150 gold cheaper. And that was their argument for not buffing Shen. And they said maybe we'll buff Shen in patch 9.3. So once again, we're gonna hold out hope. 9.3 is live on PvE. And guess what? Shen, not mentioned anywhere. Shen's not getting a buff. At least not in 9.2 or 9.3, and probably not getting a buff at all ever. Because, well, that's just how Shen lives his life, buffless, right? But yeah, they are doing a few things here. They're buffing Irelia. Why? I do not understand. Anyway, yeah, so they were gonna buff Shen. They ended up buffing Sunfire, kind of. It's 150 gold cheaper. But here's the thing about that. First of all, most people aren't even building Sunfire anymore in general, and not even on Shen, because you have to get Tiamat to CS. Most people just complete Titanic and then go into whatever items they need. No one really builds Sunfire anymore on Shen. So here's what I'll say about what went down. And I'm going to be positive about this. There's no reason to be negative because it's not going to help anything, all right? The positives here, one, Shen did not get nerfed. Shen has been nerfed every patch he's been mentioned in since November 2016. November 2016 was the last time Shen was buffed. So this is the first time in over 2 years Shen has been mentioned in patch notes and not nerfed. So that's a positive, all right? He was not nerfed, all right? He wasn't buffed, but he also wasn't nerfed. So that's a positive. Second thing is that if you do build Sunfire by some random chance, now it's 150 gold less. The build path is still the same, 900 for Vamies, 800 for your chain vest, but the completion is obviously 150 less. So if you do build it, it's a little more efficient. Other than that, Shen's staying the same. It's whatever, it's fine with me. On top of that though, they are nerfing Akali, which is really, really good. I don't know why they're buffing Irelia, they don't need to. Now the only thing that we can be really hopeful about, and once again, I feel like this is something that is kind of like a Shen buff. It's like, yeah, we're gonna do it. It's been long overdue, and they're just not gonna do it. Is remove Conqueror. They keep talking about it. They've talked about it for a long time. It hasn't happened. I don't think, I would love for that to happen. That would be a massive buff for Shen and just tanks in general, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I think if anything, they'll just nerf it like a tiny bit. That's kind of how they handle broken things. They're like, we'll just barely nerf it to where it's just still broken, but we can say we nerfed it. So I would love for them to remove it or gut it, but I don't think they're going to do that. They've had plenty of opportunity and they haven't done it. So I think it's going to stay how it is for now. But yeah, like I said, be positive. Shen didn't get nerfed. Sunfire's a little cheaper. If you build it, it's more gold efficient. Other than that, things are going to be the same. One of his matchups got easier, the Kali matchup. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got from PvE patch notes for 9.3. 9.2 is obviously live currently, and I know you guys are wondering, Trav, where's the Shen content? Why have you been uploading? Well, I took a couple weeks off to detox and just relax, chill, and trying to figure out a direction for the channel. I have a lot of big things planned for 2019 for content creation, and when I say big things, I mean massive things. Like, things are gonna be like, Trav, you're an idiot, what are you doing? So I have really, really big things planned, which I'll be talking about in tomorrow's video. But yeah, that's essentially what I've been doing, taking a couple weeks to step back, kind of like the month of January to step back and just be like, hey, where do I want this to go in the future? But yeah, that is kind of where I'm at. But I'm going to be talking about everything I have planned in tomorrow's video. It's going to be really, really exciting. I'm stoked for it. But I will be live streaming tonight. I'm going to be playing Warframe, and yes, I said Warframe, not League of Legends. I'm going to wait to play League for another couple weeks. Ranked right now is very chaotic. If you haven't played Ranked right at the start of a new season, it's a terrible feeling. It's most games are a coin flip in general, but at the beginning of a season, it's like heavily skewed one way or another. Like, the games are so chaotic, and I just don't want to be a part of it. All right, so I'm just gonna wait a couple more weeks, and then I'll excuse me, I'll start playing ranked and start streaming League again. I'm still gonna do my unranked to diamond series. I'm gonna get my Shinderella account to diamond as well, so I'll probably get 2 accounts to diamond at some point this season. But I'm not quitting League, if y'all are wondering. I'm not doing that, but I am gonna start uploading different content and streaming different content. All of this I'll talk about in tomorrow's video, but on top of that, I've got like really big things planned, and I'm super stoked for it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today's video. Shen, tiny buff, I guess, maybe. The only thing we can really hold out hope for is Conqueror nerf still, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, but maybe. I don't know. I still think Shen's viable to getting to diamond. Obviously, I'm gonna do it under to diamond. You can certainly get to high elo. I know multiple people in Master Challenger who play only Shen, so it's definitely still possible. It's just harder than with other champions, but yeah, that's kind of where it is. Shen's fine, whatever. He wasn't nerfed, so that's good. But yeah, stick around for tomorrow's video because it is going to be very exciting. I am super excited for tomorrow's video. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Please remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up. If it gets enough likes, maybe Shen will finally get a buff. I know, it's funny, right? And also subscribe if you want to watch tomorrow's video and future videos. That is all I have for you. Have a lovely rest of your day. I love you guys so much. I will see you later.